Hi ladies, it is June 1st. This is lesson 1 for module 1. You ladies are going to be practicing addition this week for your first week in June, so it's going to be a review. I will be doing your math videos for this week, and then Miss Park and I will be switching each week. So for the first video, in your packet, you'll be going to lesson 1 homework, and that's what it says at the top of your packet. And it's June 1st, your learning target. I know it's a little hard to see, but it says, I can practice making the next 10 and adding to a multiple of 10. Okay, so let's start. So what I did here is wrote a number, or an addition sentence, I'm sorry, and we're going to use a number bond to solve it because we know that number bonds are one way that we can solve problems. And you ladies are actually very good at this. So in order to figure out 21 plus 8, we have to fill in our number bond. Well, you have to ask yourself, what number is going to go where? So we know that these are our parts. I don't like this marker. This is a part, and this is a whole. So do we have our whole yet, or do we have our parts? We know that this number is going to be the larger number, the greater number. So right now we have our parts. So if we fill in 21 plus 8, and you can do this, this is your ones place, so is this, so do 8 plus 1, which is going to give you 9, and 2 is going to stay the same, so your answer will be 29, and this number will go in your whole. That's the greater number. So again, little trick that we do, sorry, I feel like you can't see well, is you add these two numbers together in your number bond, and then if you have, say we were missing this number, we would subtract these two numbers. So if we did that right now, 29 minus 21, think about your place values. So we have the 1 and the 9, which are in the ones place. What's 9 minus 1? You have 9, take 1 away, you're going to get 8. And then 2 and 2, 2 minus 2 is going to give you 0, so your answer will be 8. Your missing part is 8. And we know fact families as well. So if we wanted to do this, we would do the opposite of this, which is 8 plus 21, which is going to give you 29. And then the opposite of this, which is going to give you 29 minus 8, which will give you 21. So that's your first lesson for the week. That will be Monday's work. Next, I'm going to pause the video real quick and we're going to go to the next video. So this lesson or this video will include all 4 lessons, and then Friday you'll have a review. All right, so this will be your Tuesday, June 2nd work that you need to complete. It's lesson 3 at the top. It says it on your worksheet, lesson 3 problem set. That's exactly what it says at the top of your worksheet for June 2nd. And this is going to be the arrow way. So your learning target is, I don't know, hopefully you can try to see it. I can add and subtract multiples of 10 and some ones within 100. So the way we're going to do is the arrow way again. It can be tricky, but I really want you to be focusing on your place values. So in this case, our 10s and our 1s place. So I have 25 and I want to add 12. I'm going to take my larger number, the 25, and I'm going to write it underneath. Then the arrow way, so you draw an arrow. You can add your 10s to it, which you have 1 10. So you would add 10. 25 plus 10, the only thing that's changing is that 10's place. So 1 plus 2 is going to give you 30, and then the 5 stays the same. So I added 10. Now I have to add what's left, which is 2 in my 1's place. So then I draw my arrow, I add 2. The only thing that's going to be changing this time is my ones place. 5 plus 2, which is going to give you 7, and your tens place, your 3, stays the same. So your answer is 37. What I want you to do is to check your work. So come over on the side, check your work vertically. 5 plus 2 is going to give you 7. 2 plus 1 is going to give you 3. So we did it. I wrote 1 on the bottom. That's just a little tougher for the arrow way. So we're going to start with our, well, in this case, you're going to start. So I guess I messed up, but that's okay. You can start with either number you want. However, try to pick a number that's closest to your benchmark number. So like this was closest to 10. This is closest to 40. It's closest to our benchmark number, those numbers that end in 0. So that's why I chose to start with my 25, where here, this isn't the larger number, but I'm going to choose to start with 37. It's going to be easier for when you add. So I look at my 41 in my tens place. I have 4 tens, so you're not going to add all 4 tens right away. You're going to do it one at a time. So first you do 10. So 10 plus 3. The 1, 10 plus 3 ones is going to give you 40, and then your 7 stays the same. Then you have to do it again, plus 10, because that's only 10, 20. We need to get to 4 tens or 40. So you do 1 in your tens place plus your 4, which is going to give you 50, and your 7 stays the same in your ones place. We didn't do anything to that yet. So that's 10, 20. This is going to give you 30. I'm adding these numbers to make sure on top that I'm getting to that 4 tens or 40. So the 110 plus 5 is going to give me 6, and then my 7 ones stay the same. So that's 10, 20, 30. I need to add one more 10. So 110 plus 6 tens is going to give me 7 tens. My 7 stays the same, and the only thing I have left to do, because I have 10, 20, 30, 40 tens that I added on top, these numbers that I wrote, the only thing I have left to do is go to my ones place and add 1. So I did run out of a little room, so I'm going to write 77 again down here, add 1, 77. Now you're at your ones place. 1 plus 7 is going to give you 8. Your tens place stays the same, so your answer is 78. Check your work. 37 plus 41 is going to give you 8. 3 plus 4 is going to give you 7. So we did it correctly. Okay, and remember that you can watch these videos as many times as you need to make sure that you're completing the work the right way. Okay, and always reach out to your teachers if you need additional help. We are going to go to our next problem, which is going to be for Wednesday, June 3rd, and I'm going to put that on the board right now. All right, so this is Wednesday, June 3rd. It's lesson 10, problem set. That is what will be on your packet for today. That is the page you should be completing. Your learning target says, I can use math drawings to represent the composition when adding a 2-digit to a 3-digit add-in. So here we go. I have my problem, which is right here, 247 plus 46. I drew my place value chart, so I had my hundreds, my tens, and my ones, and then I split it in half so I can draw 246 on top and 46 on the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do now. Remember, you have 2 hundreds, 7 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I go to 46. I have no hundreds, so I don't draw anything here. 4 tens and 6 ones. 6. Okay. So then I always start at my ones place, just like you're adding normally. You always start at that ones place. But this is when we have to bundle and regroup group to the other side. So bundle and carry it over. Once you have a bundle of 10. So you have to count your one circle, your one circles that we drew. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's a bundle of 10. Just like the straws we would use in class. So this is a bundle of 10. I'm going to move it over. And when we move it over, we just color it in. It just shows us that we moved it over. It's just like a reminder. And then this has nothing left. We used all 10. So right now, this has 0. Now we go to our tens place. First, we have to check if we can bundle a 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like we can. This is where you need to be careful. Make sure your drawings are neat. Maybe even check your work to make sure you have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I do. I'm going to cross it off because I used them all, and I'm going to bring it over. You're bundling. Then I'm going to go back to my tens place. I have these 2 left. And I have 1, 2, 3 that can't be bundled, so I carry it down. So remember, the one thing you will be doing is checking your work. So I'm going to set it up right here. I have my 274. I'll bring it down for you just so you can see it better. So 6 plus 4 is going to give you 10. That's when you carry over or bundle that 1 on top. 7 plus 4 is 11 plus 1 more is 12. So your 2 goes down here. You have to carry your 1 over. 2 plus 1 is 3. So 320. Oh, 320. Correct. All right. So now we are going to go to our last problem. So this was Wednesday. We're going to Thursday now. All right. So it's Thursday, June 4th. On your packet, it'll be lesson 29 problem set in the top right-hand corner. Your learning target says, I can use the totals below method when adding 2-digit numbers. So that's what we're using today. Remember, we're practicing addition this week. So I have 134 plus 89. I'm going to start in my hundreds place. So you can label these to help you. Sometimes these can switch and sometimes they start with ones, tens, and hundreds. So sometimes the hundreds and the ones switch, but as long as you're writing them the correct way, you will get the correct answer. So I have 100, so I'm going to write that. Then I go to my tens place. Well, I have a 3, which changes to 30, plus 8, but it's not just going to be 8, it'll be 80. Then I'm going to go to my ones place, and I write it on the side before I write it in the middle. I only had 100, so I just wrote it. Now my ones, I have 4 plus 9. So then I go ahead and I add them. 8 plus 3 is 11, but remember you need to add that 0. And then you do 9 plus 4 is going to give you 13. So then you just add vertically. 0, 0 plus 3 is going to give you 3. 1 plus 1 is 2. And then 1 plus 1 equals 2. So our answer is 223. What you really need to pay attention to is your place value. So remember, you can always check it on the side with your vertical addition. 9 plus 4 is 13. We carried our 1. 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 1 more is 12. Carry your 1 again. 1 plus 1 is 2, so we got 223. 223. It checks out. So your Friday will just be a review sheet of everything. If you have any questions, please reach out. And yeah, you can watch this video as much as you need. Review sheet for Friday. It'll review everything for the week. Bye, ladies.